And welcome back, everybody. Happy Monday morning. Hopefully you guys have had a wonderful weekend and you are primed and ready for the Swugga week ahead, guys. You should be primed and ready because you checked out part 1 of Rogue Actions already today, guys. If you haven't done so, right there, that's the right one this time. Check out the link below, guys, to see Ram's part 1 of our Rogue Actions, guys, and then come back over here and check out part 2. Ram, happy Monday, sir. How's it going, man?
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's I officially start my job tomorrow.
Ooh.
So that's gonna be different life change. I've already kind of checked in, but I've been off of work the last few days, getting my house ready and whatnot. So yeah, it's gonna be a busy week for me, but I'm excited. And obviously, over the past week, I made my grand return over to Swiggo. I am back streaming and everything, full-fledged, going in. Raging at GAC and hating ships.
I love it, man. I love it, guys. I love it. Speaking of GAC, Ram, now that you're back and you're fully inundated in GAC and fully immersed in this process again, sir, we're going to start things off today, guys, by talking about a little bit of a new segment we got here called SPF. Ram knows a lot about SPF, guys. He loves the higher level SPFs. No, I am not talking about sunscreen, guys. I am talking about
I don't even use that.
You don't use sunscreen? Oh, you just don't go outside. That's right. I forgot about that. I forgot.
I'm in Florida. I don't go outside. The sun is bad. Here, you are looking for a meme? Here, I got a meme for you. The guy from Benchwarmers.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, jeez. I'll find it for you and I'll send it to you.
We are so on point with our caricatures that we are here, guys. I have no idea what Benchwarmers is. Anyway, SPF, guys, SPF that I am referring to is not the sun protection stuff, but surprisingly performing factions, guys. So we're going to talk today a little bit about some factions in GAC that are doing exceedingly well that you may not know about or you haven't seen or heard about. So we're going to start things off here, Ram, by taking a look at the one that I have first, and we'll let you kind of talk about our second one that we've got here. So the first one that I'm going to talk about, guys, is our Mon Mothma team. I'm sure a lot of people are aware of Mon Mothma and how great she is, particularly on offense in general, because of the whole turn meter issues that she's got. She can just kind of roll the turn meter over like crazy. But in particular here, guys, with the Biggs Cron. I know people don't always love Crons. I'm sorry if you're not a huge fan of Crons, guys. But it is a thing. They do exist. They are real. But the Biggs Cron that has come out, folks, is just bananas. It allows that turn meter train to just go over and over and over and over. So much so that people are actually taking out Leia comps with it, guys. Leia comps. You heard here first. If you're not aware of this, I'm sure a lot of the high-end players out there are aware of this. But if you're a mid-tier player, a lot of you probably do have Biggs at Relic 3, like I did. I just brought him up to 5 today. So if you have a Biggs at 3, work hard on this Datacron, guys. A level 9 Datacron for Biggs, and you're going to be able to just train roll the living daylights out of your opponent. Ram, first and foremost, have you heard of this Cron before? I'm assuming you have. And 2, do you have it and have you used it at all?
What are Crons? I don't know what they are. No. In all seriousness, like I said, I've been out of touch for Swiggo and streaming and everything for the past 4 months, and so like I didn't just step away from streaming. I pretty much stepped away from Swiggo. I was doing my dailies and being a good guildmate, doing my 600, joining or deploying in TB and whatever the raid once a week. That's about what I was doing for 4 months. The rest of it was I didn't do anything. I barely farmed anything. When I joined GAC, I barely maybe even did an attack. There was times where I didn't even attack and I just gave my opponent the free win. Like it just, yeah. So when I say that, I didn't even touch Conquest. I just unlocked Dark Trooper Moff Gideon this past Conquest.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like I don't even have Bane. Bane's only like 108 shards out of 330. So it's gonna be a while before I even get Bane on the OG account. The big account I have Danos do my Conquest for me, so I get the Conquest characters off of that one. But yeah, I haven't looked into crons. I haven't messed around with it. So I've seen some stuff in some other streams that Big's cron is doing a lot of good work. I just don't have it, so I can't speak from experience on this.
Got it. I assume you have a Mon Mothma team, yes, especially with Biggs at Relic 3, I'm assuming, or do you have them at Relic 5?
I think I have them at Relic 5. Okay. I think I took both of them up because they were pilots.
Gotcha. Do you have Leia?
Oh yeah, I've got Leia, of course.
So okay. So for those of you that again don't know about this, so basically what happens here is you're term meter training so hard that the Leia comps pretty much can't do anything. They just get trained. The big thing you have to watch out for, obviously, is Retribution. The Leia teams do have Retribution a lot, so you want to make sure they don't have Retribution on them, because that can kind of mess up your train to some degree. But if you've removed any of that Retribution from them, you can literally put this on auto and still win. Like, it's that good. Now,
interesting.
Yeah, what you guys are seeing on screen right now is the ideal comp, I would say, in that situation. You can kind of get away with not having, like Kyle Katarn in there, for instance. He obviously gets it rolling faster and makes it better. But the big thing is Biggs really in this situation.
What about Pal?
Pal, yeah, so that's, I would say, the one thing you could sub in for that. Pal is the one you could probably sub in for Kyle and still get it to work to some degree. It's a little sketchier, like I said, because you don't get out running as fast and as easily. But the Hoth Rebel Scout, obviously you don't have to have him at Relic 7, guys, as I do on my screen. That's for platoons and stuff. But the big thing is here, they all have to be at Relic 3 to make it functional. And then Biggs has to be at Relic 5. If you have that, you can make this work, man. It's just incredible. I personally, like I said, have not used it yet. I have seen it used. I plan on using it in this next round of GAC now that I got the cron. I just did a reroll. I had not a Chase. Chirrut. I had a Chirrut cron, and I only have a Gear 12 Chirrut. So I re-rolled that top level, got Biggs on the first roll, and just took him up to 5, and he's ready to roll. He's ready to do his thing now at this point. It's friggin' awesome. Ram, the other topic that we have here, sir, is... Or not other topic. Our other team that we have here is Darth Bane. What have you heard about Darth Bane? I know you don't have him, but have you heard anything extra juicy about him and what he's doing?
He is beating pretty much everything. Like he's just being Bane, and I'm not talking like, masked Bane from Batman. I'm talking like he's being a badass. It's every sense of the word. He's decimating Leia teams. He's decimating, obviously you pair him with C and he's wrecking things. I think the only real thing he was having struggle with was JMKs, and I mean we'll talk about some of the issues that we're having with him here soon. But yeah, he's a well worthwhile investment if you guys have him from the last Conquest. He's a very, very powerful toon, especially for GAC.
Yeah, I think most everybody expected him to be really good in GAC, and I think everybody expected him to be really good with C in particular, and maybe even Lord Vader. I think what people didn't expect, and this is why we have this particular team up here, guys. What most people did not expect, I think, was him leading one single other Sith and just demolishing stuff. We were kind of pushed from CG to think of either him being a lifter unit to a GL, or him leading an entire team of leftover Sith. And that's actually probably the worst thing you can do in this scenario with Bane.
Yeah.
Don't do it, guys. Either do Bane with one other Sith, or C with Bane if you really got to punch up. And I don't think that's only going to be a case if we have like a game-changing Datacron for a particular character. Right now, you really don't need to do that. You can just put C with the leftover Sith,
right? And
you're still fine.
We're gonna get a Sith Datacron here soon.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing.
Bane's gonna get his Datacron, and when he does, yeah, it'll be crazy.
Yeah, goodness gracious. So for those of you that don't know his kit here, so I do have him. I hoarded for him to take him to Relic 8 right away. So I've done some testing exclusively in Squad Arena, and I did run him a little bit on offense in this previous week of GAC. We've had 2 instances of being able to do it. So the reason he's so powerful with one other Sith is because of his unique rule of 2, everybody. So this works with any Sith. It doesn't have to be him and another GL. So you can throw in another Sith, and he's going to get mad amounts of stat boosting and everything else that comes with this. The other factor, too, is you can use pretty much just whatever your highest relic character is that's expendable, and that's what's going to work. So for me, I've tried this with both Sith Assassin, who's relic 5. I've tried it with Dooku, who's relic 6. And then I just, for picture's sakes, have Darth Maul in here because he's relic 7. If you have a relic 9 Sith Assassin for Fleet, I think it's a no-brainer that's who you plug in here, because he's just going to get insane amounts of bonus once that character dies. He has beaten, Darth Bane +1 has beaten Leia's. He's beaten Lord Vader's with Maul. I personally used him to beat Starkiller. I know that seems like nothing compared to GL's, but he just obliterated a Starkiller team as well. He's just annihilating stuff, guys. I know, again, that not everyone is going to have Bane at this point, but this is a team that you should absolutely be going for if you are all competitive in GAC. Get in Conquest, guys. Get it done. He's phenomenal. Literally, you can put him with one other leftover Sith, and you're just going to destroy other teams, and even potentially GLs. It's amazing. Ram, I don't know about you. I think my favorite part of this, though, is, so I take, usually I'll take C plus other Sith. I then also have a Traya squad, and then I also have this Bane +1. And it enables me to use my entire Sith faction, which I just love. I love efficiency, and for me to be able to use my entire faction is so cool. I don't know. Do you have one particularly favorite thing that you like about Bane over anything else?
The meme, that's a lot of damage. Everything I've seen from Bane, he does his second special and people just die. And I'm like,
yeah.
What? How? Then he's insane. I would say I've seen a lot of good pairings with Bane and Talon.
Yes, that's another good one I heard, yeah.
Talon obviously, she goes into stealth, so it's hard to hit her. She does a good bit of damage, but then also she kind of provides that savior mechanic just in case things go south with Bane. They hit Bane, they hard focus him, whatever, and they somehow manage to kill him. He'll come back, or he'll be saved for that one time, and give him a chance to come back and really wreck house. So Talon's also been a good one there as well, if you can spare her. But yeah, I mean, putting in Maul, putting in Sidious, putting in Dooku, there's a lot of good comps there from these Sith that just don't get used anymore, and Bane really makes them viable. And then obviously, of course, with C. C is...
I'll be intrigued. You brought up a good point with Talon, because we talked in your video about with Cal Kestis coming out that Malgus may shift more from defense to offense here. Talon is a staple with that team because of the turn meter factor. But if you're using Malgus on offense, you don't need that near as much. And so I feel like you could, take Talon away from that team and put it on Bane and just have an even more impressive team with that being there. I hadn't thought about that, to be honest with you, until you mentioned that. So that'll be intriguing. Guys, let us know, are these teams that you think you could use? Are they teams that you think are worth going for if you don't have them and can't use them yet? I know this is a little bit on the higher end of the PvP content here, guys, but there are teams that are absolutely worth your time and investment, even if you don't have them. So it's something that we felt like we really needed to talk about here in GAC in particular, both for 5v5 with the Mon Mothma team, but even in 3v3 with the Bane team. It's going to be great in all GAC factions. I know Ram doesn't like to talk about 3v3, but it's a thing.
I hate 3v3.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Now, I do have a question for you, though. So since we're on the topic of Bane, and you mentioned that you hoarded for him to get him up to R8, which is a worthwhile investment.
Yep.
I have a legit question for people that are fans of your content and they know a background of you.
Oh no.
Is this the first Conquest character you've hoarded for since like Cat?
So
because you're well renowned for not having materials and like Malicos. Where's Malicos at still? So the way you asked the question, hoarding. So I actually didn't hoard for Cat.
Mostly because I unlocked Cat before I was able to get JMK. So I did unlock Cat on release. But again, that conquest was significantly easier than it is now. And I just slowly farmed her up as I worked towards JMK. In terms of like actual ready day one, had all the materials and everything to get them all the way up at relic levels. Yeah. Bane is actually the first conquest character I've ever had everything for. Malicos, so I'll typically try to get all the conquest characters, if not at the 3-month mark, certainly at the 4-month mark. TW characters I may not go as hard on, like I might get them at the 5-month mark, let's say at most. Like for instance, Scion of Django and Ben is a GAC one, but Ben I had no intention of going for Ray. So some of those characters where I have zero intention of going for it, I might not get it until later. But I usually will still get them at the 4-month mark just because Proving Grounds is so terrible. It just put a little bit of investment into it and you're going to get these characters relatively easily. So again, I know that's a first world problem because I've got a much larger roster than a lot of people do. But it totally makes sense. Even if you're only going for the 6-month unlock, it still makes sense to go for it. Would I hoard for every single one of these characters? No, not necessarily. You've got to have the roster in place. Like Malicos, for instance, I don't have the roster in place. I don't have an Ufu squad. So it makes sense to not go hard for him and hoard for him. But if you've got a character like this that's, he's literally plug and play. Just go for it. Like, it totally makes sense. It depends on your roster. But yeah, no, Cat's the last one that I got on immediate drop. So it's been that long. But I'm, casual-ish competitive.
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah. But on the topic of Bane, guys, so our second point that you can see here, Bane is bananas.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Yeah, I love it. Love that song. There is a lot of speculation right now on is Bane OP and does he need a nerf? So we're going to talk a little bit more about his kit specifically, what is working, what is not working, and is there a potential for a nerf on the horizon? Because obviously if you've invested in Bane like I have, and there's the potential for a nerf, we're going to be pretty scared about that. So with that being said, we're going to focus primarily right now on his kit in Rule of 2, because this is where a lot of this stems from. We're going to fast forward down to his Omi in GAC. So it says, at the start of battle, if there's only one other non-summon ally present and they are Sith, Bane, and I'm not even going to read all of this, Bane gains. Whenever an enemy defeated, Bane gains. At the start of battle, Bane takes a bonus turn. Okay, all you need to focus on is everything applies to Bane. These effects persist if Bane is defeated. Now, what we're going to do next, guys, is pivot from that unique to a post that CG put out about the kit and the way that it is working / reading. So this came out, let me bring this up on screen for everybody. This came out March 7th, so pretty recently. It says, we are aware there's some confusion around the text of Darth Bane's unique ability, Omicron, where it states, these effects persist if Bane is defeated. The sentence is intended to cover the benefits gained specifically in the Omicron, not the entirety of Bane's unique. Feedback has been received, blah, 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 blah. They'll be removing this sentence. The current mechanics and functionality of the kit will be unaffected by this change. Now, there's a lot of rumor and speculation out there that Bane is getting nerfed because of this post. I hard disagree with that. Hard disagree. So there's a lot of
on the hard.
Yes, there's a lot of like the chicken running around with the sky falling and stuff, whatever that quote is about this nerf, this supposed nerf, guys. Remember what it says here, okay? They're removing that sentence. Now, when we go back to the kit, here, guys, it's saying that stuff doesn't persist, okay? Or it does persist, sorry. If it was flip-flopped, if these things were buffs for another character, then yes, that becomes a nerf. But if Bane dies, it doesn't matter if this persists or not. He's dead. The effects aren't going to apply to anybody else. Like, so I just don't understand where the thought process of this supposed nerf is coming from. I don't know, Ram. Are you seeing a nerf in this? I don't see it. I just see them changing text, and that's it.
No, so the only thing that I can think of, and I actually just kind of thought of this after we started talking about it. The only thing I can think of, and I don't know the mechanics of it, so if someone knows the mechanics, feel free to put it in the comments and let us know. But the only thing I can think of with that line in particular is, yes, obviously these effects only apply to Bane, but if, let's say, Bane is defeated and then somehow you get a revive off, you get someone that's able to revive and he comes back, would those effects, like the stacking offense, the stacking stuff that he has, whatever, would those persist with that Ami, or would they just start from scratch again like he just started the battle? That's the only kind of aspect I can think of with having that sentence in there and them taking out that sentence. But yeah, as far as it being a nerf, there's no nerf there. They only affect Bane. Those stats only affect Bane. The Omicron only affects Bane, and so when he dies, there's no one to affect anyone else because there is no Bane. So the line in there is pretty much useless.
So that's an interesting thought.
All right, you see where I'm going with that, right?
Yeah. Because my first thought is Talon. Obviously, we discussed Talon a little while ago there, but Talon's is a savior mechanic, correct? Like, it's not actually a revive,
right?
She's more of a savior mechanic. Mm-hmm. In the event, so because here's the issue. So the unique said for this specific Omicron, start a battle if there is only one other non-summon ally present, and they are Sith. So it's contained to Sith only. It has to be a Sith that would allow this situation to occur. If they were Sith, which I don't know of anybody that's a Sith and allows any revives to occur off the top of my head.
We don't have one right now.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Right now.
We don't have one right now, but what if in the future we did?
So here's the issue. In Bane's leadership, now, so maybe if this is in a situation where, here, I'll bring this back up on screen for you guys to see. Maybe if we're in a situation where he's under C, that might be an issue, or not C in this case, but some other Sith leader that would allow revives to occur. Maybe that could be an issue. But it says under his leadership, at least, whenever a Sith ally is defeated, oh wait, no, it wasn't there. Oh, where is it? I forget where it says. It says that they can't be revived. I forget where it is now, guys.
Somewhere in the kit.
Somewhere in the kit. Somewhere in the kit under his leadership, you cannot be revived if you're defeated and you're a Sith. So, that doesn't make sense under his leadership. Now, you raise a good point. Maybe in the future, if Bane is the other non-leader in the team, maybe that could be an issue. But outside of that,
can't be revived. It's literally like the second sentence.
Thanks. I told you guys I can't read. Oh yeah, there it is.
I mean, yeah. So in that case, yeah. Then what I said doesn't even matter, because unless they brought out a kit that says this revive can't be prevented, like Sortie.
Right.
But yeah, there's a whole bunch of caveats, but point is that there's no issue with them taking out that sentence. It's not a nerf because it only affects Bane.
Right. And like they say in the post, guys, like they specifically allude to it. It says, they'll be removing the sentence. The current mechanics and functionality of the kit will be unaffected by this change. So, like, I just don't understand where the talk of a nerf is coming from. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys, if we're missing something on this, let us know in the comments. But I feel like there's a lot of like flustered opinions, and everyone's like, oh no, it's terrible, it's going to get nerfed, etc., etc. Don't go for it. I don't see that. I just don't see it happening. Is it performing above what CG intended? Maybe, but the kit is working as intended. In this instance, we'll
that ability is working as intended.
Yes, we will talk more about that.
We're going to get to that.
Yes. So, if anything, guys, so we said about don't be worried about a nerf. If anything, what's crazy about this is that Bane actually is not performing up to snuff. Like, that's the really crazy part. It's not that he's got something bugging that's making him better than he should be. He's actually underperforming based on his kit. So specifically what we're referring to here, guys, is his first special, Malevolent Whirlwind. This is so freaking complicated. Ram and I did look into this. We investigated a good bit with this. Basically, what's happening here, guys, is that if your opponent has Foresight, this special is not working correctly. So what's supposed to happen, and you can see it kind of in this, and CG refers to this in one of their posts, it's supposed to dispel twice, so that in the event that a team like Adrad or a team like Jabba's, Hut Cartel, a team where they gain buffs if buffs are dispelled, this is supposed to dispel all of those buffs, no matter how many, if there are 2 instances of buffs being gained because of that. So it's designed to dispel buffs twice. Then it amplifies the damage based on those things. Then it deals the damage based on those amplifications and things like that. What is happening in the game right now is that if your opponent has Foresight, they're just getting dodged. Like, his attack is just straight up being evaded. It's not dispelling the buffs. It's not dealing the damage. Or at least it's not dealing the damage as intended, is probably the better way for me to say that. I have not personally seen this in GAC yet, because I did not have a situation occur where they had Foresight. But I have tested this a good bit in Squad Arena, and it is not working as intended in Squad Arena. That's a problem. I mean, if it's not working there, it's definitively not working in GAC, I would think. Ram, am I crazy here? Like, is this a thing? Is this legitimately an issue, and do we need to fix it? And if so, do you think Bane is even more in need of a nerf now, even though he's not getting one?
I don't think he's in need of a nerf. It would depend on. Well, so realistically, the only teams that's affecting is like a JMK, maybe an AdRad, things like that, right? Teams that have Foresight, maybe Qui-Gon. Not saying Qui-Gon's a threat, but something like that, right? Mm-hmm. So for him to only, if they fix this ability, for him to really only have an impact of being able to defeat 2 or 3 more teams than he already can. I don't know if that makes an argument for a nerf more so than just the pure raw damage that he does, which right. I don't say needs a nerf anyways. I think that he's balanced where he's supposed to be. I think he's a damn good Sith. I think he's a damn good character, and his damage output reflects that. It reflects the work that you had to do to get him out of Conquest. There are Reddit posts out here. There are videos out here on this whole particular issue. So we're not just talking. There's forum posts out here as well. We're not just talking like, well, me and Shaka have seen this. There's other people that have all seen the same exact issue where you take it up against, let's say JMK in this instance, right? That's the particular common one. Take it up against JMK. They have Foresight. It's just not. It's not working. It's not dispelling the buffs.
Right
now. If you go to swigo.gg, I looked at the mechanics. If you look at the mechanics, literally it's in stacking order. So it says dispel, modify stat by offense by 10%, as you said right there, right? Dealing 10% more damage for each buff dispelled, right? So it dispels first, then it calculates how many buffs, let's say 5, modify your offense by 10% for each of those buffs, and then it says dispel again, and it says unavoidable. Right? Effect is unresistible. So it says dispel again, and then it goes into modifying the stat again. Then it inflicts healing immunity. Then it calculates the ultimate charge, and then it does the damage. Right? And so that's in line of what the ability says, but that's from swigo.gg, and these are people that this is their livelihood. They calculate this stuff, right? So it seems like the buffs are just not working if there's Foresight. I would go on a limb and just say that the point that the dispel says unavoidable, effect is unresistible. I would say that part is probably the part that's bugged, because it's probably getting hit by the Foresight, and the Foresight's capturing it and saying, no, your not unresistable, not unavoidable. We're going to dodge that. And then it's obviously countering the rest of the ability as well. So I would say that's probably the part that's bugged, but there's definitely a bug there. It's
right.
That is not working as intended.
Yeah, definitely. And I brought up on the screen, guys, so you can see kind of what Ram's referring to. They specifically allude to it in their kit reveal that they did. So this isn't just what we're seeing in game. They specifically drew attention to this fact and how this process works. It's supposed to be dispel, then total damage bonus, then deal the damage, then deal damage a second time. Like, they have very thoroughly outlined that this is the process, and it's very obvious that it is not working as intended. Ram, so we've talked about how the way that the unique is working right now is working as intended. Obviously, this special is not working as intended. The question I have, I think kind of the final question with Bane here, goes back to him being the leader with just one other Sith. I think CG, because of the way they push this out, they expected C plus Bane. They expected Bane plus 4 other Sith. Do you think they intended to have Bane plus 1 other Sith only in their intentions here? And if so, or if not for that matter, do you think they want him with only 1 other Sith to continue performing the way he is? Do you think we might see a nerf with that specific aspect of the kit?
Like him taking out Leia's with 1 other Sith? That's not C?
Right, yes.
No, I don't think that they intended for that. Now, the kit obviously says that they intended for that, right? But no, I don't think that they intended for you to take in Maul or Talon or Dooku or Sidious or Savage, some characters that you're not really using, and you had to farm up for other requirements, and you to pair with Bane and be able to take on the newest and latest and greatest GL. I don't think they intended for that. So that part, I absolutely can see them coming in with a nerf at some point and saying it's a simple change, but it would make all the difference. Them saying, if at the start of the battle he is paired with a GL Sith ally or something of the sorts, right? Where it forces you to have to use either Lord Vader or C to get those buffs. Now, if they did that, I would also I would hope. Now, granted, they haven't done this in the past, but I would hope that they would refund the Omicron with that, because that is a massive change. You are literally taking the entire roster of Sith, 15, 20 plus characters, and you're saying, nope, only 2 of these characters will now work with this Omicron. That is a massive, massive change. So if they do something like that, they would have to refund that Omicron. There's no way around it. I would say cries for craziness if they didn't. But that would be the most logical fix if they were to say, yep, that's not what we intended on him. We did not want you just to 2-man an entire Leia team. That doesn't make sense unless you use C. Here's the fix. Yeah,
that's the only thing that worries me. So like I said, guys, to be clear, there is no communication from CG right now that indicates a nerf is coming.
Right.
Could we see a nerf to that unique because of how it's performing? Maybe. I don't want to see it personally, because obviously I'm benefiting greatly from it. But I don't, knowing CG, what's crazy is they probably didn't test this, even though how many of the community members...
What? CG testing? No way. What are you talking about?
So many of the community members thought to do this immediately. It's just crazy to me that they wouldn't think that this could be a potential thing. But it's CG. I'm sure that they didn't test this. They didn't expect this. So don't be shocked, guys. Take it with a grain of salt. There is no nerf coming currently. There has not been an announcement about that. If anything, he's underperforming. But I don't think CG intended for this to work this way. Ram agrees with me. Don't be shocked if they do end up nerfing that aspect of it, guys, to make it tied to a GL. I know this has been a long topic here, guys, with Bane and everything, but it's been a massively important subject in the past week here and moving forward.
Right.
Let us know in the comments, everybody. Do you think that we're right? Do you think that we're wrong on all this discussion with Bane? And more importantly, are you trying to get Bane? And have you had any successful attempts and or odd situations with your Bane if you have him activated on your account? Would love to see what your guys' thoughts are on him and what he is doing in the game currently. Ram, moving on to our final topic for today. Real quick note, guys, did you know that if you like, subscribe, and turn on notification to this channel, you're actually going to get even more amazing Swugga content? You guys should do that because we are almost monetized here on this channel, guys. I would really appreciate it. For those of you that are watching and you're still here, make sure you guys like and, more importantly, subscribe, please, guys, to the channel so that we can get that magical 1,000 mark. We're really working hard for it. Would really appreciate it, guys, if you could do that for us. All right, now moving on to our Master of Memes, Ram. So we've got two really good matchups today. I think you're going to like both of them a lot. Per usual, one of them is Star Wars, and then the other one is not, but I have a suspicion you're going to really like the other one that we have. So, first one, guys, we have here is R2-D2 in the movies. Beep, boop, boop, bop, boop, bop, bop, boop. And then R2-D2 in Clone Wars. Bop, bop, boop, bop, bop, boop, bop. Versus... just letting you guys take that in for a moment. Versus, you won for not looking me in my eye. That's Medusa, if you guys didn't know Greek mythology. What a strong-willed warrior. Everybody pause for a moment. Go ahead, zoom in. Go ahead and zoom in on the screen. I can't do it for you. You got to zoom in. I'll pause. I'll wait. I'll give you a second. Particularly the bottom picture, guys. There's a reason why he didn't look her in the eye. I think you can all figure it out. Ram, which meme do you like better and do you think should win, sir?
Jesus Christ. You're going to put this on me?
Well, I'm interested in your opinion.
Oh my God. I mean, they are obviously both very good for different reasons. The Medusa one speaks for itself. She's very gifted.
Yes.
Either she is very gifted in the fact that she has a lot of money and able to enhance some certain aspects of her, or she's just naturally very gifted. Either way, gifted is a very good word. And so, yes, I mean, when you're approached by someone of that stature, it's hard to look them in their eyes when there's other sets of eyes looking back at you. So that's a good one. But as I'm known for my Ram rages, you are known for your horrible impressions, and the R2-D2.
Horrible. What?
That was horrible. That was a horrible impression. What was that?
That was R2-D2 in the Clone Wars.
Okay, Kenny Baker would be sadly disappointed, but okay. I do like the R2-D2 meme. That's a good one. I mean, it makes logical sense. He did nothing in the movies, and then in the Clone Wars, he's this action-packed dude. Well, I won't say he did nothing because he did do so a lot. I don't know. Ah, this is hard. It's difficult.
Sounds like you're on Team R2.
I gotta go R2.
Yeah,
I gotta go R2. I did the voice impression does it for me. As painful as it is. I
actually am the same way. I think R2-D2 is the better one. He was drastically different in the movies, and as much as I appreciate how skilled she is, I like Star Wars stuff. So I'm with you, man. I think that the R2-D2 one should be the winner. Now, the question is not what Ram and I think, guys. It's what you think. We do a vote on Friday nights on our live stream, guys, and the chat, you, the community, decide what the better meme is. This week's winner, guys, is none other than... what? I thought you guys were Star Wars fans. Apparently they're fans of something else, guys.
Well, that's no surprise there. Did Solcy put you up for this?
No, he was not even around. He was probably... Never mind, I'm not going there. Anyway, guys, our winner...
Chat was all in lowercase for this one.
Yes, chat was all lowercase. Our winner is Medusa, guys, against a strong-willed warrior for reasons. That's all we're going to say. If you agree with this, well, we know what you like. If you don't agree with this, though, and you think you can submit a better meme, guys, you should check out our Discord. You can find that down below. And submit your meme in the Master of Memes channel. If you win... you get a shout out both live on stream over on Twitch. You get a shout out with a special role on Discord. And of course, you get a shout out here on Rogue Accents. So with that being said, shout out, guys, to Russ Cooks. Russ Cooks is the one that submitted this. He knows us and he knows what we like, apparently. He's now 2 weeks in a row, guys. 2 weeks holding that Master of Memes title. So someone...
Where's the food?
I know. He's a food person, but apparently he knows what's
You're
good to eat.
You're a food guy. You're well established on YouTube for being food guy. You come with, I mean, well, this is kind of food. It's not wrong.
Nom
nom.
It's worth eating, yeah. He clearly knows what people like to watch, guys.
We're demonetized.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm not monetized anyway, so.
Yeah,
Anyway, let us know, guys, in the comments, do you think this one should have won? And if you think you've got a better meme, guys, head over to Discord and submit that meme so that we can defeat Russ Cooks and his magical eating ways that he has, everybody. Ram! Any final parting words? Or
Russell Cooks winning that meme is, you know what? I'm going to go back to it. It's bananas, B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
I like it. I like it, sir. Guys, last but not least, folks, if you liked today's video, of course, make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn on notifications. If you haven't done so, make sure you go over to Ram's channel and check out part 1 like we talked about earlier. Last but not least, guys, if you want to continue your journey down that Swugger rabbit hole, guys, make sure you check out the next video.